Good afternoon. And guess what? It's nearly week 4. And as you well know, week 4 is midterm week. Don't freak out about the word midterm. It's okay. We'll chat a little bit about it so you kind of know what's up. Okay? Now, in addition to midterm week, we're going to have a really busy week. All sorts of screwy things are going on. For example, you'll be reading chapters 7 and 8 in the textbook, even though they don't appear on the midterm. Keep that in mind. Then we're going to have a discussion of abuse, copyright infringement, stuff like that. Cyber squatting, when we steal one person's or one company's name and use it for our own, stuff like that. We'll have a cool discussion about that, and we'll see where that goes. We're going to have the quiz, of course, because, well, we need to have a midterm. So we'll chat about that in a second. But the good thing is, after this busy week, week 5 is pretty mellow. When you look at it, it's not so bad. It's a nice lull after a very busy midterm week. So hang in there and realize week 5 will be a nice coasting ride into week 6. And as you well know, week 6 has our second case analysis. So when you think about it, it might be good to plan during week 5 your case analysis for week 6. Take advantage of the small kind of break in between the quiz and week 6. Okay? So keep that in mind. That's the road ahead. Now you're probably wondering, what's on the quiz? Okay, let's go chat about that, because when you get down to it, that's really the important thing for everybody this week. This is on everyone's mind. What's going to be on the quiz? As you can see, there are 30 multiple choice questions, okay? You choose A, B, C, or D, those sort of things. There's going to be 30 of them. They come from chapters 1 through 6, not 7 and 8. So keep that in mind. It's only chapters 1 through 6, okay? So I'm going to point an arrow at it. I'm going to circle it. I even made it really ugly blue and yellow to make it stand out. So remember, the quiz, or the midterm, chapters 1 through 6 of your textbook. So have good notes. One thing that's kind of annoying about the quiz is you can only take it once, okay? There's no repetition. Why? Because it's a midterm. How often can you repeat a midterm? Think about it. However, one nice thing about the midterm is there is no time limit, which is pretty awesome when you think about it. You can take all the time you want to answer the midterm. Good deal. And with that, something that I'm really not supposed to say out loud as a teacher. You have time to use open book and notes. So take really good notes on chapters 1 through 6, internalize it, organize your notes, put little tabs saying this stuff is here, not all that sort of thing. So when you go take the quiz, you're ready. Also, I want to wish everyone the best of luck. And if you have any issues with the quiz or its content or timing or whatever, let me know. Okay? If Canvas crashes, sometimes that happens, let me know. If you think a question is a little weird and doesn't make much sense, definitely let me know. Or if you just have general questions about this week, the quiz, or anything in general, you know the routine. Just send me an email and I'll be happy to address and answer it. I can't really tell you what else is on the quiz because I need to keep a level and fair playing field for everybody. But if certain questions appear in my inbox, I'll try to answer them as much as I can in the announcement, so everyone has exactly the same feedback and knowledge about the quiz. No one has a leg up on the other, so that sort of thing. But if I can't answer it, I'll send you an email saying, hey, go check the announcements in a few minutes, and it'll be in the announcements. The fun part this week is the discussion. When you get down to it, we can talk about what's right, what's wrong, how can we use a brand or a logo without getting sued, which is kind of nice because, we talked about jurisdiction and other stuff earlier, and now we can actually start talking about the actual action instead of where to take the court case. So, if you like this sort of thing, if you like to talk about how to use a trademark properly or not abuse a trademark, or even abuse a trademark if you want to ask questions about it, this sort of discussion is totally your thing. So I think this will be the good part of the week. This is the highlight of the week. But overall, I want everyone to do well in the midterm. If you have questions, ask, study up. You know how to take your midterms. You've been in school long enough. And if you need anything or need any help, let me know. I'll see you later.